sọ gbogbo ìjọ Messiah sí rere torí pé 2019 Olúwa jọ mí lójú nínú ọdún yìí 2018 ó tún mú mi wọ inú ọdún Shiloh 2019 mo fògo f'Olúwa nítorí pé Olúwa gbé ohun tuntun ṣe nínú ayé mi àti ìdílé mi ògo ni fún Jésù lókè ọ̀run.
Olúwa gbọgbọ yìí ó fi ògo fún Ọlọ́run bàbá Ọlọ́run ọmọ Ọlọ́run ẹ̀mí mímọ́ ojú wẹ̀yìn mo mú ọpẹ́ wá síwájú Ọlọ́run torí pé Olúwa sọ pé ká jẹ́ kí ọpẹ́ wa kó máa pọ̀ ju ìbéèrè wa lọ. Mo dúpẹ́ lórí ara mi lórí ọkọ mi bí èṣù ṣe gbógun tó ní Shiloh yìí Olúwa fún mi láàyè láti attend Shiloh ìkọlù àkópọ̀ mi. Bákan náà mo dúpẹ́ lórí mọ́mí àti dáàdì wípé wọ́n lọ láyọ̀ wọ́n sọ̀kalẹ̀ láyọ̀ wọ́n ní ọjọ́ ojúlẹ̀ náà ẹ̀wà ń wà ẹ̀ kì í ṣe ẹ̀wà májẹ̀mú níwájú Ọlọ́run lórúkọ Jésù kò ní yẹ̀ àti Olúwa níwájú yìí náà kò ní yẹ̀ Jésù Olúwa.
Àmín 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 lórúkọ Jésù fáyà já.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Praise the living Jesus.
Hallelujah.
I just want to give God thanks and praise for the very first time I came here. Not only that, but the very first time that Mommy spoke to me, it was over the telephone. And the only way to prove that God is really using her to talk to me was my hands, because she has never seen me before, so she don't know what I look like physically. But in the spirit realm, when she looked at me, she see that I was aging, I was old, and I was only 38 years old then. Through all that, I have been through ups and downs with misses and all other things. And when Daddy Ogala came here, he prayed. We were having a program and he said, God is ready to deliver somebody from something and to give them a child to come out and to kneel before him, and I did. Within 2 weeks or so after that, things happened, and to God be the glory. I can kneel here today and say my beautiful daughter is 8 months old, and I just don't know how to keep thanking God, how to keep thanking Mommy, because even since the soap and the olive oil, when I first started using it, if you were somebody that had shower every day, and to see those dirt coming off your skin, you will wonder to yourself, what is all this coming off my skin? And I've been having shower every day. So for those people here today who have never used the soap and the olive oil, I would encourage you to use it, because for me personally it helped me a lot. Even when mine is finished, sometimes I will come back and say, Mommy, please can I have soap? Even now in my house there is still soap remaining from last year. So I'm still grateful to God that I came here through a friend, and it's just so overwhelming that, Mommy, I just can't stop giving you thanks and stop giving God thanks for who you are in my life, and for the little and the big things that you have done, and for what you are about to do, and for what you are continuing to do in my life and the life of my family. I'm grateful to God my daughter is here, I've got a husband, and we're living in a comfortable home at the moment. And I'm just so grateful to Messiah. Encourage your friends and your families, come to Messiah, come to the mountain. There is fruit on this mountain. There is a lot on this mountain. During Shiloh last year, people will see me coming after work. When I finish work at 1 a.m. on a Friday, I'll be pulling myself with her inside me, saying I have to go to church. Because even to catch hallelujah, hallelujah, I have to reach church. And to God be the glory. It has done wonders. Thank you, Lord.
Praise the Lord. She said something that I prayed. I did counseling with her over the phone. And I said that she looked old, but she was 38 years. Right while I was praying for her, the Lord showed me a very aged woman, like somebody of 82 years old. And I said, how old are you? She said she's just 30 something. I said, are you married? She said, no. Do you have a child? She said, no. I said, but you are old. That's who I can see. So when I came to see her, the way she looks very beautiful. But right from here, up here, it's clear now.
Better than before.
Yeah, better than before. This place was like
the hand of a woman of 82 years, right from here to this place. I said, now I know the reason why the Lord showed me to show you to me as a old woman. And I said, what happened to your hand here? She said she grew up to see her hand like that. Ew. There's something they call awatunida near the Yoruba.
The recreators.
So awakutitunda, she feels that she's young, but to every man that walks past her, they are seeing 82-year-old woman. Hey, and that was why they could not talk to her about relationship. But to the glory of God, we began the prayer. The same soap that was sold today from Shiloh is what she's been using to bath. And if you do not understand what she said back there, she said she bathes every day, but anytime she bathes with that soap, she sees a kind of a lot of dirty thing in the bath. And she wondered that what are these dirt for? Where are they coming from? So there are the inner dirt that the devil had put into her body that nobody will want to associate with her. And as at that time they told her to vacate her job, even the house where she was living, she was almost becoming homeless. And to the glory of God, within that time to this time, she found a lovely husband. She was pregnant. She got this beautiful daughter. See what the Lord has done to her. Say shame to the devil. Shame to the devil. Congratulations. Very cute baby girl you've got there. Look at her. Look at who the devil has closed the door of glory on. This type of a cute, lovely baby. They do not want the baby to come to life. Yes. But they said we must come. These children are angels. Any child, the Messiah, you see, she wants to talk. So congratulations. Your miracle shall be permanent in Jesus' name. Oh! So for Allah, we go to Tunida, Ulayola Yamida.
They should come out of your life, even over your children. Amen.
Àfọ̀gọ̀ fún Ọlọ́run bàbá, Ọlọ́run ọmọ, Ọlọ́run mímọ́. Àwa tí ayé pè ní àgàn ní ọdún kẹta rèé. Àwa tí ènìyàn ti mọ̀ ní àgàn ní. Àwa tó ti ní àtọ̀wá ò lè dánmọ́ ní. Àwa tó ti ní kò ní wùmù ní. Àwa tó ti ní kò lè jẹ́ ènìyàn ní. Àwa tó ti ní ààlè rẹ tó dàbí tiwa ní. Àwa tí ènìyàn ti wò tó ní kí ló lè jáde nínú ayé wọn. Àwa tí ọ̀rẹ́ ti wò tó ní àmọ̀kọ́ tó tiẹ̀ ti tọ́jú bọ̀ tí wọ́n fi nọ́mọ láyé. Ṣùgbọ́n a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run orí òkè yìí, ọba tó tó gbani là. Ọdún 11 ta ti ṣègbéyàwó ní. Ọba tí ò ka ọjọ́, ọba tí ò ka ìgbà, ọba tí ò ka àkókò, ọba tí kò ka ọjọ́ orí wa, tó ṣàánú wa. Ta ni wọ́ tó fẹ́ rọra rẹ pé? Ta ni wọ́ tó rò pé Ọlọ́run ò lè ṣe mọ́? Má wo ti ọjọ́ orí rẹ, má wo ìgbà tó ti wà nínú ìṣòro yẹn. Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá wo Jésù, èyí tá a kàn má gbélébùú, ìwé tó náà lè gbà ẹ́ là. Ó lè bá agbára ta ní ayé àti ní ọ̀run òun láti fi fún mi. Ohun tó a kọ sí ìgbà yìí ni pé mímọ́ 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 Olúwa Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè. Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè ó lè ṣe títí ẹ. Tọ́lá máa lè ṣàánú èmi Gbẹ̀ngà. Gbẹ̀ngẹ́nẹ̀. Monday. Àánú ni mo rí gbà. Tọ́lá máa lè ṣàánú èmi àti ìyàwó mi, ẹnì kejì mi, ẹni ọkàn mi. Ẹni tó lè jẹ́ òun nìkan ni mo lè fẹ́. Torí tí bá fẹ́ obìnrin ní àti lọ, a ti rò pé àtọ̀ ẹ̀ ò lè dánmọ̀. Bọ̀ mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Yóò máa wọ̀ ọ́ sí mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Èmi náà lè sùn, mo lè wò. Èèyàn ló jọ mí nì.
Ọmọ lè ké nínú ilé.
Ọmọ lè ké nínú ilé mi. A lè pè ní bàbá Shiloh. A lè yọ orúkọ mi kúrò ní Gbẹ̀ngẹ́nẹ̀. Ká wá sọ ní bàbá Shiloh. A lè yọ orúkọ àánú kúrò ní àánú. Ká wá sọ ní ìyá Shiloh. Ọlọ́run Shiloh àgbé ọ̀gá títí láíláí láwọn máa yìn án. Orí ọ̀fẹ́ la rí gbà o. Mo ṣe mímọ̀ ṣe wa. Orí ọ̀fẹ́ la rí gbà. Pèrè pé wàá da jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Àwọn tó ti pẹ́ jù báyìí lọ wọ́n ti wà. Ṣùgbọ́n ó ṣàánú wa. O ò jẹ́ kó kọ mí wá. Mo yìn ọ́. Mo gbé ọ̀gá. Mo wá bẹ̀bẹ̀ lórí orí òkè. Ohun tó máa mú ọmọ yìí kọsẹ̀ kúrò níwájú wọ̀ tí o fi fún wa. Bọ́lá má jà rí.
Àmì Jésù.
Ọmọ yìí kúrò níwájú ọ̀ ìṣẹ̀dá tó fi fún wa. Tó ẹni tó fún ni ní nǹkan ó lè gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹni. Ohun tó máa mú wa kọsẹ̀ ká lè fi mọ̀mọ́ ikú níwájú ọ̀run ọlọ́run má jà á rí àyè nígbàgbọ́ pé gbogbo ẹ̀dá tó wà ní ipò àgàn ní àkókò yìí ọlọ́run tó ṣe tiwa ó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ wò ó máa tó gba ọpẹ́ wa.
Our brother is thanking God because once before he was one of the people they thought they were barren that did not have womb. But wonders of God came to pass in the year 2018. People wondered if good could come out of them. This is their 11th year of marriage without child, but the year 2018, the Lord blessed them with the fruit of the womb and they brought forth the baby to the presence of the Lord. God gave them hope in Christ. They received just grace. The advice for you is that on this mountain, the God here is unchangeable and is still here. This is the year the Lord gave him his right to remain in the United Kingdom and he can go out and come in at any time. He's also thanking God for the blessings and the Spirit of God in this church. Hallelujah.
Praise God.
Hallelujah.
Praise the living Jesus.
Hallelujah.
Shiloh 2018. Mo gbé Ọlọ́run ga. During the láàrin Shiloh yẹn ní Friday, mọ́mí jáde láti yàrá orí òkè. Mọ́mí jáde láti yàrá orí òkè. Tó ń ṣe revival. Mọ́mí kàn ní àwọn tí nǹkan kan ń ṣe àìsàn ní àgọ́ ara wọn tó ti wà lọ́jọ́ tó ti pẹ́ tó dẹ̀ mú inú tí ò múnú wọn dùn wípé kó jáde. Mo jáde, mo gba mic. Mọ́mí ní kí ni àìsàn yẹn? Mo máa ń ṣe period yẹn kò ní control. Mo lè ṣe period for 30 days. Mo lè ṣe for long oṣù méjì. Mo lè ṣe period. Mo máa ma pààrọ̀ ọ̀dọ̀ GP mi máa ní they have nothing to give me than iron tablets. Màá lọ gbà lọ́dọ̀ ní pharmacy. Tí bá ti gba oògùn yẹn màá lò ẹ̀jẹ̀ yẹn ò stop. Ìgbà mi à ń stop, ìgbà mi kò ní stop. But ní Shiloh yẹn mo jáde mo sọ. Mọ́mí wọ́n ṣe deliverance fún mi, wọ́n láìlé mi lórí. Wọ́n ṣe láìlé mi lórí, wọ́n pray. Ẹnu wọ́n ṣe dédé ẹnu mi ikú, wọ́n ṣe dédé ikùn mi ẹsẹ̀, wọ́n ṣe dédé ẹsẹ̀ mi. Wọ́n pray fún mi, wọ́n gbàdúrà. Ní ẹsẹ̀ during Shiloh yẹn, mo wà nínú ìsun yẹn náà láti December 29 tí mo ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ marathon. Mo gbé ìsun ẹ̀jẹ̀ yẹn ṣe marathon. Mo parí marathon yẹn, ìsun yẹn ṣì continue. Ṣùgbọ́n ìgbà tí wọ́n mi ṣe deliverance fún mi tán, lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ ìsun yẹn stop. Ìsun yẹn stop ní ọjọ́ kejì tó ṣe deliverance fún mi níbí báyìí. Mo dẹ̀ wá nu church, ìsun yẹn stop. Lẹ́yìn ìsun yẹn, mi mọ̀ pé mo ti lóyún. Mo gbé Ọlọ́run ga, Ọlọ́run tó nu omi jẹ́ mi nù. Ó dín dí yẹ́ yìí ló pé 11 years tí mo ti ṣe wedding. Láti ìgbà yẹn náà dẹ̀ ni mo ti wà nínú ìsun yẹn. Ṣùgbọ́n mo dúpẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run ìṣó mi.
Ẹ bá mi yọ Ọlọ́run Mèsáyà lógo. If the Bible recorded the woman with a flow of blood for 16 years, and now we have a woman with a flow of blood for 11 years. So if you want to write another Bible, we will write the Bible. So if you have any flow of blood, key into this testimony. This time next year, you will come with your own children.
Mommy, thank you so much. Ẹ ṣé abiyamọ tòótọ́ ni ẹ ṣé ẹ ti pọn mi àti ìdílé mi àní jábọ́ lẹ́yìn.
Àmín Jésù.
Agbára Ọlọ́run tó dé lóyún kò ní fi yín sílẹ̀.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
Amen. And something that I forgot to say is that the Lord told me to tell them to come and live in Shiloh. Because people come to Shiloh and go on a daily basis, but I do not have the grace to come to Shiloh and go. I come to stay and live in Shiloh every year. For the past 14 years, I don't have a social life. January, February, I'm locked up here. And I told them, and they came, the two of them. They were living here, sleeping here, husband and wife. I even said they should get a covering clothes. I mean, maybe they should sleep on the same bed. With the clothes, yes. I said that clothes is what they're going to use to cut back the baby this year. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And I said to them that they should find a place there to be sleeping. But the day that I did that Jesus did deliverance for her, I was sleeping on her. That Prophet Elijah slept on the dead child.
got up from him, went back again, got up from him. That was what the Lord said I should do. And I did it. That same day, she told the man that, you know what? I can't feel blood. And the man said, you know what? We cannot meet in house of God. Let's go to an hotel. And they went to the hotel, met with each other, and come back to Shiloh, and continue to live in Shiloh, and God stamped it. And that's the baby. So this baby is Shiloh made. Original Shiloh made. Toluwani, Sheriff Ilaya Beula today, Otoni clap back. Chatting baby Shiloh. See how cute. Yes, a long time ago, Shiloh baby. You see?
I've got a lot of them. I'm proud to showcase them.
So, by the special grace of God, I'm very happy to see all these angels coming. They are angels. They said, you know what? We are going down to the world to change the names of our parents. We want to take their reproach away. We want to remove their mockery. And we want people to exalt the name of Jesus over their life. And I decree, Toluwani, Michelle, she will live long. Shiloh, this time next year you will come with triplets.
Amen.
Congratulations. Oh! Jehovah. Jehovah. See what you see.
Àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run bàbá, àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ọmọ, àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ẹ̀mí mímọ́.
Jésù Olúwa wa.
We want to bless the name of the Lord because God has been good to us. I'm just going to try as much as possible.
You can stand up to face the crowd, Olanle. Maybe when you stand up, you'll be able to speak well, or you're okay like that.
It's good to stand up, yeah.
Shetirit Oluwatimileyin àti bàbá ẹ̀ tọ́jọ́ wa ńkọ́.
We want to thank God because God has been good to us. In 2008, Mommy and Daddy went to Nigeria to ask my hand in marriage for my husband because he's an orphan, but Mommy and Daddy took him up as their child. And in 2008, they came to ask my hand in marriage and we got married. But then after then, it was very difficult. Like, it wasn't even difficult. I got pregnant. But when I got pregnant, because it was my first time, I didn't know how it used to feel when you get pregnant and you start bleeding. I was reading about it and they were saying it's spotting, that it happens when the baby is forming or something during the implantation. So I refused to go to the hospital. But then I was in so much pain, and my husband said, no, with this kind of pain, we have to go to the hospital. When we got to the hospital, the doctor that was checking me said, it's okay, it might just be the start of a miscarriage. And I was saying that day that, God forbid, I will not miscarry my baby. So while we were going at the car park, he called me back and he said, I'm sorry, I just want to bring you in again for an early scan. So when we went back, so he told me to come in on a Wednesday. So when I went in, he was downstairs at the car park. I went upstairs because I just thought it was just a scan and that would be it. So I got there, they asked me to lie down there and all of that. They did everything and then they started talking to themselves. They drew the curtain, they went out, called other consultants, they came back, they checked me, they drew the curtain, you know. I was wondering, what is this? And then they came back and said to me, are you alone? I said, yes, but my husband is downstairs in the car. And they said, do you want to ask him to come up? And I said, what is it? And they said, just let him come up. And then they asked him to come. And then they said, unfortunately, there is something that is called ectopic pregnancy. And I said, what does it mean? And they said, it's a pregnancy growing in the tube. And we have seen the sac in the tube.
and it's not an healthy pregnancy. I was saying, don't worry, it will move down. He said, and they said we have to do an immediate surgery because the way it is a risk to you, it's a risk to the life or to your life. It's not even a baby because it's going to go. So he said, give us a few days. We will go and pray and we will come back. And the doctor said, I will not even let her go for 2 minutes. I'm going to keep her. So they took me in. It was an immediate thing. And then they did the surgery. The following day, the doctor that did the surgery came back to me and said, you're a very lucky woman, because it was just, if you had waited another day, the tube would have busted and you would have bled to death. And I was saying, really? And he said, don't worry, you're still a complete woman. So they cut off the left tube because they said they couldn't save it. But before they took me in, they said, if we can push it down, we will. But if we can't, then the left tube will go. So I was praying in my heart that, God, let them just keep it and all that. But at the end of the day, they cut that tube. And he said to me, you still have your second tube. It's very okay. There's nothing wrong with it. You still have the chances of getting pregnant and having a baby. But ectopic pregnancy can repeat itself again. So I was saying, God forbid, it won't happen. So we went on like that, and then I would get pregnant. Immediately I get pregnant, I will rush back to the hospital for an early scan. They will do the scan and they will say it's an ectopic pregnancy again. It went on like that for 4 times. In fact, it got to a point they said they weren't even using ectopic pregnancy in some cases. They would say pregnancy of unknown location or unsighted pregnancy. I could just hear different names because the HCG will keep increasing and will continue to come down. It will go up again, it will come down, and then they won't see any heartbeats, they won't see any sac in the uterus or anywhere in the womb. So they kept saying it's an unsighted pregnancy or unknown, or pregnancy of unknown location. And then because I had just 1 tube left, they used to give me an injection. It's called metrosectomy. And that injection would dissolve the pregnancy wherever it is. So there was I think the 3rd one, they gave me that injection, but the injection didn't dissolve it. They had to repeat a 2nd dosage. So after that 2nd dosage, the doctors said they have to review me. So when they reviewed, they said, because I'm getting too much of the chemical into me, it's affecting the 2nd tube. So when I got pregnant again, and at that time, when I get pregnant, I will call mommy. I will say, mommy, I'm pregnant. And at the end of the day, I will still call mommy back and say, it's gone. So then I stopped telling mommy because I wouldn't want to call back and say, this is what is happening. And all that while, you know, mommy used to pray for me, daddy will pray for me. But there is one thing some of us don't understand. When people pray for us, or when we pray, we always want an immediate answer. It's good that we get immediate answer, but there's always sometimes a process. We have to wait and be patient. Let God do it the way He wants to do it. It may take a while, but if God has said He's going to do it, He will do it. Mommy never told me that I will not have children, that she has not seen me with children. She always tells me that Olande, baby not be will not be more. In fact, I used to feel bad that I've disappointed mommy and daddy. That after they came to ask my hand in marriage, I can't give children. So the 5th pregnancy, it was an ectopic pregnancy as well. And then they said they will send me to bigger hospitals for a review and all that. So when they sent me, they checked and checked and checked. Thank you, ma'am. But then they said I had multiple fibroids, they are big, you know, different things. And then the last analysis I went for, they said that they had to send, okay, when they were doing all the tests, I was saying, sorry, what are you seeing? Because I can't remember what that process or the procedure is called. And I said, what are you seeing? She just kept, I'm not in the right position to talk to you. When I send you back to the hospital, your consultant will talk to you. And I said, okay. So, sorry, that was the 6th pregnancy, because that was the last one before my baby came.
Pregnancy for somebody looking unto the Lord for a fruit of the womb. 6 pregnancies lost. Go on.
So when I went back to my consultant, he said, so when I got there that day, he didn't come with me because sometimes I would not want to let him know the things happening so that he will not be discouraged, or he will not know, because sometimes I used to feel less human or less human that I can't give children. So I won't tell him the things they are saying to me in the hospital. So when the doctor told me that when I'm coming, I should come with him, but I never said it to him. He's actually hearing it for the first time. So when I got to the hospital, a nurse came to call me, and when I entered, there were 6 doctors sitting. It was as if I was in for an interview. So when I entered, immediately I entered and I saw them, I was like, no, this is not a good meeting. So the doctor started, oh, have you ever thought about going for IVF? Have you done this? Have you done that? And I kept saying, no, I've never thought about it. Then he said, we have checked and we have come to a conclusion that you can never have an intrauterine pregnancy. When he said it, I was like, sorry, what does that mean? I don't understand. Then he said, okay, what we are trying to say is after all the tests and all the examination, we have come to a conclusion to let you know that you can never have a pregnancy in your womb. And the second tube has been affected. So it's very difficult. Maybe if you try IVF, it could work. And then one of the doctors said, I will advise that you think about adoption. Then, in fact, when they said it, I broke down. Then in the hospital, I was crying. The nurse was trying to hold me, talk to me, and they kept me there for an hour because they said I can't drive home. So they sent the report to me. When I got it in the house, my husband didn't open the envelope. I was the one, because we have something in my house. When letters come, when it's your name, you open. When it's my name, I open. So when that one came, he didn't open the envelope. I was the one that opened it. So when I saw it, he didn't ask me what it was. I just went straight to the room and I hid that letter. When mommy came, after I had my baby, I showed the letter to her where they said I can never have intrauterine pregnancy. So the doctor said, well, I might just send you to a consultant of my friend, someone who I think can help. So he sent a letter to them. They never got in touch with me. Then it was in 2017. Mommy called me one day and she said, Olale, make sure you come for Shiloh 2017. She said, make sure. I don't know if mommy can remember.
Yeah, I remember now. That even if it is only for a day, you should not miss. Yay! Jehovah!
At that time, it was just 3 days to the expiration of my visa to UK. So I said, I will go. Even if it expires, let it expire inside. If they will deport me, they will deport me back to Ireland. They won't take me to Nigeria. So I said, I will go. So when I came, mommy prepared spiritual item, Omi Agbon, Omi no Agbon. And she said she was going to give to everyone seeking for the
what she meant by Omi no Agbon, say it in English, because some people does not understand Yoruba.
The water in coconuts. So we came that day and mommy gave us the water to drink. So when I drank the water, all me I was praying for. But at that time, after the 6th pregnancy, for 2 years, I stopped getting pregnant. So I thought, well, that was it. But when I took that omiagbon, I was saying to God that, God, let this omiagbon go and repair whatever needs to be repaired inside of me. And just turn things around for me. So we went back home. And then I just thought in my head, I said, these people that said a consultant will get in touch with me has never gotten back to me. So I called them and they said, oh, sorry, we will get in touch with you. So the next appointment I got was for that private consultant. Though they told me, they said it's expensive, blah, blah, blah. But you see, sometimes when we pray, when it's time to go medical, it is good to go medical. It's not that it's the medical that will do it. It is God that will do it, but there are some times that we have to do what we have to do. Before I came for Shiloh, the consultant never got in touch with me for 6 months. It was when I came back from Shiloh, they called me. So when I went to meet with him, me and my husband, he said to us, what do you want from me? So I was one that spoke. I said, I want to go for IVF. So the doctor said, I will not give you IVF. You are going to follow whatever I say to you. Do whatever I ask you to do. Play your part and let's leave the rest to that man up there.
Praise the Lord!
So he said to me, he said, because, wait, let us talk about this. Because of your age, you have just 20% chance of getting pregnant. And unfortunately, they have taken one of your tube. You have 10%. And he said, but we will try. And then we'll leave the rest to that God. So we left. My husband was saying, even if it was just for what he said, we paid that amount for. It's fine. And that the words he said really gave me courage. And I said to him, Doctor, it's not that I don't get pregnant. I used to get pregnant. But in 2 years now, for 2 years, I have not gotten pregnant. And he said, wait, just let's take it easy. And I said, okay, why even if I get pregnant, it goes into the tube. Because the second, he said, leave it. Let's leave it to God. That's a doctor, not a pastor. He said, let's leave it to God. So I told him, I said, this process, as people been doing, he said, of course. And I said, okay, how long does it take for people to get pregnant? He said, maybe a month or 2. But mine, he said, after 6 months, if it doesn't work, come back to me. So the first month, nothing. The second month, nothing. The third month, nothing. But in the month of August, the soap from Shiloh and the oil got finished. So I was telling my husband, I said, Oshe Titon, Ororo Titon. And he said, let's call mommy. I don't like to bother mommy. So I said, no. But then he said, so one day I just said, no, let me call. So I told mommy, I said, mommy, our soup is finished at the oil. And she said, Kia, I'm going to tell Ajagun to send it to you. So Ajagun called me and said I should send the postal address. I sent it to him. And he sent it to me in 3 days. Immediately I got it, I started using it. That was in the month of August. And that was 6 months I was supposed to get back to the doctor. So I called the office and the receptionist said he's on holidays. And I said, well, I need to see him because he needs to review me. And she said he'll be back next week. So I called, she said I should call Wednesday the following week. Then on Monday, I started feeling strange in my body. And I said, let me just call this, let me try to do a pregnancy test. So when I did the test, it was positive. It was like the first step because in 2 years, I never got any pregnant. So after I did the test and it was positive, I called the doctor's office and I said, this is what has happened. And he said, because he told me once you get pregnant, start using a gel. It's called progesterone gel. He said, start using it. So I started on it and he said, when it's time, I'll ask you to come in. It wasn't long. one day I was sleeping, mommy called me. When mommy called, I was looking at the phone and I saw mommy. I just quickly picked it. At first, because when I got pregnant, I was scared to say it to her because I don't want her to feel bad when I call her back and I say, mommy, Otisi Shiloh, Otisi Losino tube. So when she called, I felt in my spirit that it was the right time for me to say it to her. So when she called, I just said, hello, mommy. She said, Olale, ma binu, you're sleeping. I will call back. And I said, mommy, no, let us talk. And I said, and then she told me what, she had the revelation. And I said, mommy, it is true. I am pregnant. And I said, mommy, I need you because I don't want to lose this pregnancy. I don't want anything to happen to it. It was that day, mommy booked a ticket to come to us. When mommy came, immediately she entered our house. I went to pick her from the airport. She said, I'm not going to sit down. In fact, immediately she entered, she has not even removed her shoes. She was just going from one room to the other, opened everywhere, prayed and prayed and prayed. She got to the living room, she prayed, she still prayed and prayed. And then we went to sleep. And then, before then, she asked us to get a bowl of water. Mommy said more about it on Friday night. And then she prayed over it and then we went to sleep. My husband had a dream. And then he explained to mommy, someone has been disturbing us in this house. And then when he explained it to mommy, he never said it to me. He said it to mommy. And then I heard it was his ex that, was living inside our house, unknowingly to us in the spirit. And then she was saying to him that she's the owner of the house. And then he was saying to her, I didn't chase you out. You went out by yourself. And when you left, it was the end for you. But then, she was very stubborn and all that. And then he threw her out of the house and she broke her neck and died. Mommy said, that is it. In fact, immediately he said it. And mommy said, that is it. I knew from there that my pregnancy, I will carry to full term. And I will bring the baby forth. That was how we started the journey. And then the doctor told me to come for the first scan. I called mommy and I said, mommy, I'm going for the first scan. Mommy said, I can't wait to see the baby. She did not say, I can't wait to hear what they will say. She said, I can't wait to see the baby. We wanted to do a video call while we were there, but the doctors didn't allow. They said they were going to give us pictures. So it was there immediately. So we did the scan and the doctor said, that is the baby in the womb. That's the baby just moved.
Praise the Lord!
So they printed the picture. I took a photo of it. I sent it to mommy. I called her immediately. I said, mommy, look at your baby. Look at your baby inside the womb. It has never happened before. So that was how we started the journey. This pregnancy was effortless. There was no pain. No, in fact, I walked till I was 39 weeks pregnant. I was, in fact, when I'm going to work, when I'm walking, people, my colleagues are always like, Olale, sit down. What is wrong with you? I'm going to smack your bum. Sit down. The baby is precious. The baby. And I used to say, don't worry, I'm okay. Like, I don't like to sit, just sitting like that. In fact, I don't know where the energy came from. And I carried the baby to full term. And then I had the baby with ease.
And that's the baby there. About Oluwatimileyin. Shiloh. Oluwaseun. Ìyanu Olúwa. Olúwa jọ mí lójú. Olúwa pẹ̀gàn mi rẹ́. Ó ṣe tí wọ́n mọ́ mi létí orúkọ yẹn. Olúwa pẹ̀gàn mi rẹ́. And that's the precious child.
I want to bless God because I remember one time I went to Nigeria. I was still, I used to go and come back on visiting visa. And when I went to Nigeria, some people said her husband has chased her back to Nigeria because she's unable to give him children.
Because she's unable to give him children. Now he has chased her back to Nigeria.
And along the line, someone said to me that, why not speak to Mommy Oganla? After all, she's your mother-in-law. And I said, she's not my mother-in-law, she's my mother-in-law, because it's through love. It's with love she operates with me. So they said, why not speak to her? Maybe there's something she can do. And I said, every time the time I've known Mommy, in Nigeria, I stay in the house. In London, I stay in the house. There is no time I go there, Mommy will say, Olanle, Mokiwo Yara you. Or Olanle, you cannot go and touch this one or something. No, it has never happened. She has never said to me, she has never hidden anything in the house. Because, you know, some people, they would say they are pastors or prophets, but there are some things they are doing secretly.
All my doors are open. If you come to my house, the key to all the doors of my house, we open it blam blam. I don't have any secret place. This lady speaking and her husband, I don't know them from Adam. That might shock you. I knew the husband through evangelism. I was on Surprise FM preaching the gospel. And he heard the word, he said I was preaching about him. He came, he located me, and we began this journey since 11 years ago. I told my husband, I've gotten a new son. Now, he has brought a wife to me. He said, Mommy, pray. Will she be my perfect wife? He phoned me from Ireland. That time she was still in Nigeria. He said, I found a girl. I said, how did you find her? Where? Because his whole story was like, I don't want to go there because we might not close. It's too much. And I said, don't worry. He said, Mommy, I've given up. I said, don't worry. You will surely have your own wife. Your story that you've had before is because you've been married or you have met the ladies that are not the bone of your bone, are not the flesh of your flesh. Long story cut short, this lady came, he said he will come and meet me. The lady came, and I told him, Dero, that lady that I saw, the Lord told me that, Yawale, Eshorai, please, you don't know when to chat. I saw you, so don't lie. I said, this lady that I saw, she's the wife that the Lord has ordained for you. Go ahead. And they began. So when it was the time to get married, I told my husband, I said, you know, Daddy, Ogala, Dero has now become our son. We will go and ask for our hand in marriage. And we will say to the family that we are Dero's family. And we went to Festac. We asked for our hand in marriage. And we began. She came to join her husband in Ireland. But one thing about this girl that I want to say is that she's such a very lovely, amazing daughter. She got so close to me, even more than Dero. Dero says to her that, Mommy, you know me first. You met me first. How come? I said, you know what? It's the way she is. And we began. Anytime they have issue with the husband, she will call me and say that, just ignore him. Come. All that time there was no job, there was nothing. I said, don't come, don't worry, come. Take this, take this. You just leave him. Do not be upset with him. I know God has a reason for everything. One day, you will come together with your child. So like she said to you that my doors are not closed. You might feel that maybe because she's my younger sister. No. Anybody that comes to my house, if you have been to my house before, right from the main entrance that we have to lock up, every area of my room, I know what's okay, has been to my house. I know a lot few people that have been to my Mama and all of them, yes, it don't be. She love the line. I love a good cinema. Me, somebody can come out. I want money, let me get the key to somewhere. All the doors are open. That's me. My first son has brought a friend of his. When they were in high school, that boy lived with me for 6 solid years. I don't know his parents. His name is Hafiz. He's a Muslim. All Messiah family knows him. Yes, up till today, I've not met any of his family. He walks around in my house. That's Iyawale. Iyawale lived with me for how many years? Many years. Mi ò ní yàrá tí mò ń tì. From Stockwell. So that's me. Even that upper room that you heard that, oh, she closed herself up in the upper room. Nobody goes there. Lai Ajagun enters. So if I have anything hidden there, like boom, boom, I'll say it should not. Whenever I want to deliver people, the Lord will direct me. Get them inside that door. And I take them in. Even adults. So if there's anything hidden, yes, you want not to work it. Me too, I want to go more work it. For deliverance. Okay, Mama, I'm not sure what I'm saying. Mama, Monday. So, if you are a man of God, you should be open. And the bani yara kan won owo be. E ba mi si pepe yen pe kini yen kuro. E si aso yen soke. E si dada. E ko gbogbo nkan to wa nbe síta. E ko síta ke da sílẹ̀. Ita, oya expose it, everything. Some people say the reason why they cover Pepe is because they have juju there. This is just doctrine. I remember a day a lady came and she was chatting about all what she has seen in other churches. She said that's why they cover Pepe. I said, Dijombe, I was with the visioners. I said, Dijombe, go to the altar and open the altar clothes. She said, mommy, is there a prophet? Is there a visioner? I said, no, it's just an usher. If you get to your altar. I said, just relax. Teacher, yes. See? No go-to. If you cannot expose your altar, then that means you have something there. It's just doctrine. They say they cover the altar because they have extra power there. Anyway, I'm not surprised because our church secretary said he has been to a church before when we were still in the one unit. He was ministering. The pastor was ministering. And tortoise came out from the altar. I said, why the tortoise is not fair chasing me? I like, you know, the tortoise here. Ìjàpá náà jáde ó náà fẹ́ ṣe orí ọ̀fẹ́. Gbogbo church bá sá. That secretary says ever since then he has never set his feet into that church anymore. He's been in this country for 45 years. The church secretary. Hey! So if you have a pastor that hides anything from you, ask him to show you what he's hiding. Ask him to show it to you. Hey! Yes! Ó sí agbára kankan tó ju agbára Jésù lọ. Èmi ò ní yàrá ìwọ̀, mi ò ní ilé tí wọ́n wọ̀. Ṣé taṣọ wọ́n jí? Owó yẹ kó jí ẹrù tó bá jẹ́ ẹrù olè ni wọ́n jí. Wọ́n jí ẹrù mi. Inú ilé mi náà Nàìjíríà mi ò ní lẹ́kùn. Àwọn tó ti mọ̀ mí láti Nàìjíríà. Màmá ìjọ àti ọmọ ọgbà àti ọmọ àwo. Ṣé nílé mi dàbí lòdà ń bára kù?
Yàrá yìí dẹ̀rẹ̀ ó já sínú bàtúrùmù yín. So à ń lo bẹ̀ ní falala. Àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀gbọ́n màmá, àwọn ọmọ àbúrò màmá ọkọ yín, gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ìyá ṣeun, gbogbo wọn ni àgbà ń tọ́ ń bà yẹn. Ẹ mọ̀ wọ́n rí, ẹ mọ̀ ẹlòmíì rì.
Praise the Lord. Yes. This is the woman that was there when they went to go and ask for my hand in marriage. She still remains in Yah till now. All my children are now doing master's degree in the US. She carried them on the day of the christening. Listen, Mama Ijo. Hey, so Ejeka plain. One thing about me, no nonsense. To bá ti ṣe nǹkan máa là mọ́ ẹlẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ mi ò dé ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ o lè má kí mi mọ́ bọ́ mi ò nínú tó máa ń fi nǹkan sí fi nǹkan pamọ́ hide no kò sí. So gbogbo àwọn pálí tẹ́kù ti jẹ gbogbo ẹlẹ́rìí yẹn so ẹnìdé kẹ́sẹ̀ praise the Lord. The Lord is good. Yes, congratulations Olande. Do you still have something to say?
It was the month I received the oil and the soap from Shiloh because it was completely 6 months and I was going to call the doctor to say it's time for you to review me. But then I got the soap and the oil and I started using it, and it was in that same month that I conceived my baby, and I carried the baby to full term.
Praise the Lord! The Lord is good all the time. More testimony givers.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
The miracle that happened the day I sent the soap and the oil to Ireland was that when you get to post office, they will tell you that they cannot accept liquid.
Yeah, they stopped.
But when I sent it, she received the liquid. The oil and the soap, she received it.
Yes, because God has a purpose. I remember before I sent prayer items as far as to Japan. The people who have not known me, no worry. Postal addressing, but they refused taking oil at the post office. But when it was the time that was going to be sent, God covered the postman, the post office face, and we sent it, and they were not able to stop the postage of the oil. It got to our hand because the Lord knew what he wanted to do with the oil. Okay. I think she wants to say something that have reference to the last Thanksgiving.
I give thanks to the Almighty God because the Lord is good. Somebody came out here to give thanks. I know as Mommy Akin. I believe I've known her for over 10 years, and I know her journey. So for her coming out, Mommy Akin, she's somewhere here. Yeah, I've known her for over 10 years. And for her to come out today, for her to come out today to say she's got her papers, the fear of the Lord just came on me there. What I want everybody to know here is we all have journeys in life. And if we do not walk our journeys, we cannot have testimony. I've known her, I know her and her husband and the kids. But for her to say today she got that papers, I don't believe she would have expected she would ever get it. I believe for the journey so far, she would have thought I would end up in Nigeria. But I just give glory to the Lord, you're serving here. As I was saying to my mother there, we need to understand who we worship under. If we don't understand it, we're going to lose it. I thank the Lord for whatever, and I'm just trying to question myself why some journeys here have not been fulfilled. And that is not my answer to be given. But I just pray that the Lord will give me the favor of 2020 Shiloh. For me to come out as a testimony as well.
Amen.
The father that did the sermon, you see, when you go somewhere, you need to ask for signs. And when he was giving messages, I was like, I don't know him. I've never seen him. But one thing he said is like, let it go. Let it go. Because if you don't let it go, you don't move to the next section. The woman then knows me. And I believe when they were saying it, she was looking at me and thinking, let it go. I'm blessed that I met her. It's a journey I never knew would happen. I've been to this church years when you just had a small place. I came on behalf of my church. I worship with Babo Dularo. So I have come here. My mother knows me. Iya Jo Worldwide knows me. Yesterday's mom knows my dad. So I know this church. I know Daddy there. I see him with Mama Onikoyi. So you know me. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I've never had any contact with her. And I always say to people, when your journey needs to be changed, when your story needs to be changed, something will happen. I don't know what story the Lord wants to write in my life, but for the one that I've walked in with Daddy Azan, meeting her, I know my journey is changing.
Yes,
I want to seek the favor of everybody here. There is no perfect church.
Yes.
We move from one place to another, and it's as bad as where we're coming from. And then you start questioning yourself, why did I leave? But if you can stand and do not even look at the goodness or the badness of the leader of the church, but look on the cross, the Lord will favor while you're there.
Yes, amen.
All these mothers here with babies, the story has changed.
Yes.
People that call them names are now hiding their face. They cannot come out. Please, if you're a member of this church, stay on a solid foundation. Do not look at what semi. If you're really looking for something, be a testimony to somebody complaining. Be a testimony to somebody that says there's no God. Then you can come out and say you have a God. I'm happy that I came to this descent because it's writing a new story. It's writing a new thing in my life.
Amen.
And I can now sit down and start writing a new book. And I pray that 2020, I will be partaker.
Amen.
Of Shiloh 2020.
Amen. 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 It shall be so. It is already so in Jesus' name.
Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run bàbá, Ọlọ́run ọmọ, Ọlọ́run mímọ́. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ everybody, àwọn ẹlẹ́mìí àfàdúrà jagun, ìyá àjọ, bàbá àjọ, mọ́mì, dáàdì, akọrin, everybody. Mo dúpẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run jogún ìlú ìfẹ́ mi àti àwọn ìdílé mi. Ọlọ́run kò gbọ́ pé mi.
Mo fògo fún Ọlọ́run bàbá, Ọlọ́run ẹ̀mọ́, àtọ́lọ́run ìyẹn.
Jésù Olúwa wa.
Àmín. Ẹ má bínú Yorùbá tí ò gbọ́ Yorùbá ní gbogbo ní kó máa láyé ṣe dáadáa. A dúpẹ́ fún orin ìpamọ́ àti ààbò Ọlọ́run lórí wa. A sì dúpẹ́ pé a rí ìjọ gidi torí bọ̀. Torí wọ́n ní tá a bá lọ sí ìrìn àjò káwọn ẹni tá à ń bá lọ. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run gan-an. A dẹ̀ fẹ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ mọ́mì náà. Ní ìtẹ̀sí tí yàn lè sọ nípa mọ́mì. In fact, she is just a wonderful mommy. She is always there for you. Ó dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ dádì náà. Because ìrìn àjò náà pọ̀ lórí ìwé ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀pẹ́dì méjì ìlú náà nìyẹn. Wọ́n ti refuse ẹ̀ tó bí ẹ̀mẹ́ta ẹ̀mẹ́rin. Wọ́n á ṣe àṣọ ilé, wọ́n á ṣe. But mọ́mí every time wọ́n máa sọ pé mo rí pé ẹgbàwé ẹ̀yìn ló kàn, ẹ̀yìn ló kàn. Wọ́n ṣe mọ̀ pé pàmì ìrètí pípẹ́ náà ó máa. But we believed. Ohun tó wà lórí òkè ni pé tí wọ́n bá ti sọ́ńbì ó máa rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó lè pẹ́ but ó máa rí bẹ́ẹ̀. So pẹ̀lú mọ́mí lọ sí Nàìjíríà ní December yẹn mo wà níbí. Ṣé wọn ajagun wà lẹ́yìn mi bẹ́ẹ̀? Ó dà pé òun ò sí church lọ́jọ́ mọ́mí náà. Mílíọ̀nìà ẹ̀yin ló kàn. Ṣéun ìwà àti mílíọ̀nìà ló kàn tí ẹ máa gbà rẹ̀. Mo ṣàdùpẹ́ mo kílẹ̀ nígbà tí mo di mọ́ náà. Ó ní tó fún wa níran. Ká ṣáà máa fọ̀rọ̀ gùn. Ó ṣàfàlà tàbá gbélé ìwọ ló wá jẹ. At the end of the day, ó ṣàfún àtàwọn ọmọ oníwèé kú ọ̀sán kọ́ bọ̀.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah. So wọ́n fún wọn ní ìwé ìpèlò. So àdúpẹ́ torí àjàgà ńlá ni. Kí ni á dà pé nǹkan wà lórí ìrìn ni. Bọ̀ àdúpẹ́ ní ọjọ́ ìní pé àwọn náà a lè máa yìn kí Ọlọ́run tó gbọ́.
Olúwa ṣeun.
Mo fẹ́ lásìkò yìí. Èyí tí mo kàn rántí ni pé ìgbà tí Ṣùbọ̀ dáhùn kíní káàdì mọ́mì gbà wọ́n gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ wọ́n mú fún Mr. Túndé wọ́n fi ṣe prayer fún Mr. Túndé níjọ́ yẹn pé
Ọlọ́njẹ́ Mr. Túndé.
lọ́ọ̀yà wa náà ni.
Mr. yàtọ̀ sí lọ́ọ̀yà.
Lọ́ọ̀yà Túndé yes. Lọ́ọ̀yà ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì wa yes. Wọ́n ní pé gbogbo nǹkan tó bá ti gbogbo iṣẹ́ tó bá ti ń ṣe kọ́lọ̀ màmá gbà fún ọkọ màmá wọ́n ṣàmàmà rí ṣe lórúkọ Jésù. And a day before Friday ká tó ṣe Sunday yẹn mo ti lọ fún lọ́ọ̀yà kan lówó tí mo ṣe yẹn tó ní tó bá di Monday kí n tó padà wá. Bọ̀dà tí mọ́mí ti ṣe prayer yẹn níjọ Sunday yẹn Monday yẹn mo wá padà lọ bá lọ́ọ̀yà yẹn mo lọ gba àtọwọ́ kọ̀ọ̀sọ́dọ̀ àti gbogbo ẹ̀ mo ṣàgbà padà. Mo wá bá mọ́mí níjọ mo wá ní pé mo ti lọ́ọ̀yà tí mo gbé ìgò pé mo ti lọ gba owó padà. Mọ́mí ní pé kí ló dé tí mo lọ gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ mo níyà ṣe báwọn náà lọ ní nǹkan tí Mr. Túndé bá ti dáwọ́lé kọ́lọ́mù àwọn ọ̀gbìn náà. So mo ṣáà lọ bá Mr. Túndé wọ́n gbé wọlé lọ́yà Túndé wọ́n gbé wọlé bọ̀ wọ́n kọ́ rìfì bọ̀ wọ́n ní Mr. Túndé ní lọ́yà Túndé ní pé kí n má wọ̀ọ́rì pé wọ́n ṣàtúgbé wa lápadà bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n wá fún wa ní àpò ní December 3rd and December 3rd yẹn even lọ́yà Túndé wọ́n tẹ̀lé mi lọ sí kóòtù àwọn home office lọ́yà náà wà àtijọ́ jù àwọn home office lọ́yà àgbọ̀n tí ẹ̀ bá mi fa anything ọkọ̀ gbogbo pẹ́sọ̀ tó dẹ̀ bí mi wọ́n ṣe mo ti ṣiṣẹ́ rèé mo ní àwọn pé gbogbo pay slip gbọ̀ngàn lọ́wọ́ ní lọ́wọ́ as evidence lọ́tọ́ wá sí lè wà so nígbà pé mi pàrọ̀ tí mo sọ àwọn ìtọ́ yẹn lọ́yà kí ní àwọn home office yẹn kò tẹ̀ bá wa fa anything bọ́ adájọ́ yẹn òun gan ló tún wá bá wa fà pé tí Mr. lọ́yà Túndé bá sọlẹ̀ ó máa tọ̀hún ó máa ní wọ́n ní tí ò bá ti ẹ̀rọ tọmọ kìíní tí òrò tèmi kó ro ti kékeré yẹn kọ̀ọ̀kan pẹ̀lú health issue ẹ̀kọ́ ó nílò pé ẹ̀kọ́ kó gbogbo ọlọ́ Nàìjíríà kàkà pé wọ́n fẹ́ máa waste owó NHS nǹkan ó ṣàní ká máa lọ kó máa make decision but mo dúpẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run kó sí inú ó fún wa ní decision tó dáa kọ́lọ́run ọlọ́pẹ́ kó gbọ́ pẹ́ mi. Mo jẹ́ láti ìgbà yẹn náà gbogbo àwọn tí Mr. Túndé lọ́yà Túndé ń ṣe everybody ìyá méjì everybody ẹ̀mí tún mi bí mo dúpẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run Mèsáyà kò padà lẹ́yìn wọn pé Ọlọ́run ò dojú àdúrà tí wà nínú ìjọ pé Ọlọ́run ọlọ́pẹ́ kó wá gbọ́ pẹ́ mi.
Àmín Jésù Olúwa ṣe Olúwa gbọ́ pẹ́ yín o lọ́yà Túndé dà wọ́n ti lọ lé so Olúwa ti pàṣẹ sọ́wọ́ wọn pé gbogbo iṣẹ́ tó bá ti ń ṣe ó máa wọlé so èyí tẹ̀ lọ gba application fáìlì yín lọ́dọ̀ lọ́ọ̀yà mi tẹ̀ ń dá padà sọ́wọ́ lọ́ọ̀yà Túndé Ọlọ́run á gbàwé yín fún yín Jésù lọ́wọ́.
Mo fi ògo fún Ọlọ́run bàbá Ọlọ́run ọmọ Ọlọ́run ẹ̀mí mímọ́. Ní Shiloh last year mo kọ prayer request number 1 kan tí máa kọ́kọ́ kọ ní ẹ̀mí gígùn àtàlàáfíà ara so number 3 prayer request mi ní pé kọ́lọ̀ fún Adétóun ní kó bá mi jogún ìlú ìfún Adétóun kó bá mi jogún ìlú òyìnbó fún Adéṣẹwà bí mo ṣe máa ń kọ́ nìyẹn bí mo ṣe kọ́ lásẹ̀ ní ẹ̀mí ò dẹ̀ tí ẹ̀kọ́ rí nítorí pé wọ́n wà ní school all along ní Nàìjíríà láti ẹjọ́ yìí àwọn èèyàn ti máa ń bá mi wí pé kí ló dé tí mi ò mú wá láti kékeré ìgbà tí mo dé ìlú yìí bọ̀ nǹkan tí mo kàn máa ń rò ní pé ìgbà míì ní ìlú yìí tí ó bá ti dóbìnrin nìkan ló wá tọ́jú ọmọ tí ò sí bàbá ń bẹ̀ ó máa ń wá ibi difficult láti control àwọn ọmọ wọ̀nyẹn nǹkan tó ń bà mí lẹ́rù nìyẹn but mo ní ìgbàgbọ́ pé Ọlọ́run tí mò ń sìn lórí òkè kò ní dójú tì mí mo mọ̀ pé tí àsìkò bá tó ó máa tọ́ mi sọ́nà lórí àwọn ọmọ méjèèjì mo wá dúpẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run wá gba gbogbo prayer request yẹn wọlé Adétóun ó wá gba ìwé ìgbélú ẹ̀ ní February 2018.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah. Bí Shiloh ṣe parí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Ọlọ́run bá mi grant Adétóun ní ìwé ẹ̀ despite the fact that she wà ń school ní Nàìjíríà. Mo wá dúpẹ́ pé gẹ̀rẹ́ tí ọdún náà tó wá máa fẹ́ parí tí mo tẹ̀ ti rò pé òkè bóyá ká shift ti ẹ̀gbọ́n sí next year ká tún kọ́ mọ́ prayer request 2019 Ọlọ́run tún wá gba gbogbogbò tún wá jogún ìlú Canada fún Adéṣẹwà.
Ẹ tún bá mi Ọlọ́run Mèsáyà lóògùn.
Ṣé lọ́ba nítorí pé onìkan ló lè ṣe torí adult ni wọn kò ṣe pé nǹkan tí mi ò lè apply under orúkọ mi mọ́ fún wọn ṣùgbọ́n ó gbọ̀nà àrà nítorí pé Ọlọ́run òtítọ́ là ń sìn nínú ìjọ Mèsáyà ó gbọ̀nà àrà ó ṣe mí lógo ó fi mí lọ́kàn balẹ̀ nítorí pé tó bá yẹ kán ṣì wà Nàìjíríà ni ẹ̀mí mi ṣì máa kó sókè pé báwo mo ṣe fẹ́ ṣe even graduate go òrìṣẹ́ ní Nàìjíríà so báwo ni mo ṣe fẹ́ ṣe mo dúpẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run fi mí láyà balẹ̀ ó bá mi dojú ti gbogbo ogun ìdílé ọkọ tó rò pé obìnrin ni mo bí báwo mo ṣe fẹ́ rìn ó gba ọ̀nà àrà ó jọ mí lójú ó dẹ̀ tún wá dójú tì wọ́n gbogbo Ọlọ́run Mèsáyà àgàpọ̀ lọ́wọ́n lọ́pẹ́ kó gbọ́pẹ́ mi láti àyẹn náà ni mo gba British mi.
Praise the Lord.
Mo dúpẹ́ gbogbo prayer request tí mo kọ ó tún ṣe àlékún oore sí ni kò dín ó tún lé sí ni mo gbé Ọlọ́run àkọ́lọ́run lọ́pẹ́ gbogbo pẹ̀lú.
Amen.
Our sister is thanking God because of the blessings the Lord did for her between last year's Shiloh and this year's Shiloh. The Lord granted her daughter the right to remain in this country, even as much as the daughter was no more underage, and her other daughter was granted her right to remain in the land of Canada. Last year again, she also got her right to remain in the United Kingdom. A British passport.
Praise God.
Hallelujah. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi já sí ìyanu. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi já sí ìyanu. Àmín Jésù Olúwa gbọ́pẹ́ yín Jésù Olúwa wa.
Ẹ ṣé o, torí mo ti wọ̀ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni làwọn kúrò mi lónìí.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o, èmi ní Shiloh tán.
Tọ́lá ìmáa ṣe anointing first Sunday of the month. Àìmáa ṣọ́pá ìmáa gbé kéèkì sọ ẹ lọ́kọ́ arábàlẹ̀ àmọ̀ báwọn ọ̀yà Monday ibi náà máa sùn. Kó ẹ má wọ̀ ọ́ gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ máa lọ lọ́la ló pọ̀ jù. Ájà ẹ má bínú màá wọ́n tó sẹ́yìn. Ṣé ẹ ń pààrọ̀ mọ́ mi lẹ́yìn?
And she doesn't know. Yeah. But do you have Thanksgiving? Okay.
Praise God.
Hallelujah.
I want to thank God, the Almighty God of this mountain, for all that He has done in my life and in the life of my family. I started my journey here in 2011 when I came to see Mommy. A friend brought me only for consultation.
Check go accent. If you are getting an accent clear, let me see your thumb up. Yes.
I came to see Mommy. I was crying to Mommy that, oh, Mommy, it's like I'm in this country and I'm lost. I left my daughter home, baby. She was 5 years at the time. And I came here. And at that time, I came here 2007. And 2011, I was having it really hard to work with no papers, no nothing. And Mommy said to me, Andrea, do you have a plan to get your papers? And I said, yes, Mommy, I have a plan, but I'm scared. She said, don't worry. Just bring the plan forward and then we will pray about it. Mommy started her prayer with me. I came here, I think, about April 2011. And by June 2011, I put my papers in. By October, I got answer from the Home Office. They granted me 5 years.
Praise the Lord.
I didn't come back at the time to do Thanksgiving. I only keep coming to consultation to see Mommy. Then later, my mom in Jamaica, she got a stroke on the right side. She couldn't talk, she couldn't move, she couldn't do nothing. My sister called me, she was giving me the story. I text Mommy because it was late in the night and I said, Mommy, look at what is happening to my mom, and I was crying. She said to me, Andrea, don't cry, it will be well. So I said, but how does she know it's going to be well? When my mom is there, she can't talk, nothing. She was just lying down looking. She said to me that I should come and she will give me anointed oil. That time I didn't know about Shiloh. So she said I should come and she will give me the oil and the soap and I should ship it to Jamaica for my sister to use it on my mom in the hospital. She said, Andrea, with the glory of God, they will call you back and give you good news concerning your mom. I said, okay, Mommy, I did, so I ship it. My mom was on bed, so I instructed my sister how to use it on her. So she got the soap and she used it to clean my mom's body, and then she used the oil. She used it the evening. And by the next morning, my sister called me, told me that my mom's mouth that was twisted to the right is now straight and she's talking.
Praise the Lord!
So after all all that, I said, no. This woman of God is too much. I can't just be going to consultation. I think I need to join her on that mountain. So that is when I came here. I put on white and I started worshiping here. Last year, 2018, Shiloh, it was really my year of Shiloh. That was my year. I came here. I got my papers was settled last year. Then I brought my daughter here, who I left home since she was 5. It was step by step. Mommy keep telling me, oh, Andrea, I saw your daughter coming. I said, really? So I did the application I sent for my daughter. She came. She also told me she saw my mom visiting. I did the application for my mom, and my mom visited last year as well.
You also our mom, don't you? Would you ever believe that she was a patient that was almost going to have a stroke? Was she looking?
And after my mom came here, I brought her here. You all saw it. She came here. She was singing, dancing, and everything. And then mommy said to me, Andrea, you know, I saw you with a key. It's the key to a house. I said key because at the time me and my daughter was living in one room. I said, how am I going to get this house? Is it possible? And then later I applied for the house. They gave me 2 bedrooms.
Wow. Praise the Lord!
So I give God all the glory. My mother-in-law also told me that, Andrea, I saw a man coming to ask for your hand in marriage. That one, I was saying to myself, well, let's see if it's going to happen. And to the glory of God, I'm engaged now and I'm getting married this year.
Praise the Lord! You are all invited in July. She will be coming to the altar with her husband. I have met the husband. He's a lovely man. And I've told him, you must not take her away. We have entered into a covenant. And he said, instead of me to take her away, I would rather join the church.
So I just want to give God all the glory. All my friends, I've invited a friend here. See, she came for the first time today and she held up her hand that when our pastor talked about the projector, yeah, she said, Andrea, why didn't you tell me about your church long time? Why did you just wait to tell me now? I said, don't worry, it will be well. So I want to thank the God of this mountain. I want to thank my mother in the Lord. And mommy, I pray that God will continue to use you.
Amen.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord.
Thank you. God bless you. How will she have kept all those testimonies? And I'll see the reason why she said she need to talk. She need to talk. I had even forgotten about all what she said. So if you have testimony eating you in your belly, you better come out. Because you must not take it away. Whenever you showcase the Lord, it will surprise you. Amen.
Amen.
Mama Jo, bá jẹ́ kó sọ gbogbo àìdíà kan máa sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́yìn Mama Jo yẹn. Tó àwọn bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sí kí Mama Jo sọ, it doesn't stop anybody that wants to.
Hallelujah.
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 Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run Mèsáyà because mi fẹ́ jáde. Bọ̀dún yẹn sọ fún mi pé mo gbọ́dọ̀ jáde. Mo máa ń wà pẹ̀lú mọ́mì ní gbogbo Shiloh. Mo dẹ̀ máa ń kọ request mi. Ní 2018, maybe I should speak in English.
Yeah, speak in English so that we don't
everybody will hear. I always check in with mommy at Shiloh. But in 2000, this particular Shiloh in 2019, something happened last Shiloh when we were here. When I returned to work, there was some, there were some emails from our head office in Newcastle. They wanted 20 people to go for leadership director course. When I saw the email, I ignored it. Then something said to me, why did you ignore that email? That was after the Shiloh. I said, oh, I'm not a white person because all these people is about white things. Then somebody saw me, saw my action. She was a white woman. She said, Shade, what's the matter? I said, look at this email. What is it talking about? She read it. She said, Shade,
You can apply for it. I will support you to apply for it. I thought she was joking. We sat down, we applied. Immediately, the email came from our head office that they will contact me shortly. While all this was going, I was a bit confused that this leadership course, will I be prepared for it? Am I really into it? But I didn't know what it was. So after about 2 weeks, I just got a letter from my head office saying I'm among the 25 selected in the whole of UK to attend that training. When I got the letter, I was shocked. Not only that, when we had the first meeting, I was the only black person in that meeting. And I was looking at myself. But when I was going, I told my mommy about it, but I didn't tell her deep what I was doing. So when I got to the duty free in Newcastle, something said to me, buy some sweet, buy some gifts for your chief executive and the lady that wrote me the email. So I bought these packets of sweets and I held them. When I got to the venue, the chief executive was the first person to speak with us. After finishing speaking with us, he was about to go. But when I got into the Marriott Hotel where we were lodged, the person who actually took me on, I gave her a whole packet of duty free. She was so excited. And I saw she was really happy. I don't know the fancy sweets the way she did. Then I said, after Mark must have spoken, tell Mark not to return to head office, that I need to see him. So when Mark was going out, after he spoke with us, 25 of us, I was the only black person in Newcastle. Then I quickly ran out. I gave it to Mark. Mark looked at me. She said, Shade, I've been speaking to you via email. I put you on this course because I don't mind if you become the chief executive of this organization one day. And I looked at Mark. She said, I'm training you to be better than I do. Then we spoke and he left. We started the training. It was a little bit intensive because we had to do a lot of assignments, we had to move around. We got to a stage. All my directors that are my line managers at work, they were very jealous that I got into that course. And they were doing a lot of things that usually they would do, but I did not ball because we were traveling all over. I thank God that I finished this course because I didn't know where the course was taking me. We were to finish the course this year, January 22nd. The Lord spoke to me that I need to be part of that Shiloh. I said, oh God, how am I going to do it? How am I going to take permission that I will not be attending this training because they can't go back to train me? Then something said, go and take permission. Then I took some days. I took some permission during the week of Shiloh. And I quickly run here. And when I came for that Shiloh, I was praying. I didn't know what was happening in head office. So after the Shiloh, I went back to Newcastle. We finished the course. After finishing the course, they said, Shade, we did presentations and everything. Then they asked me, Shade, what are you planning after this? I said, well, I haven't thought about it. They asked me, go and think about it, and you come back. When I thought about it, I did my presentation. And I said to them, I said, I've looked at the whole of the organization, and I've looked at even this meeting that we are on. I'm the only black person, and we have a lot of black person at work. So I will be leading the black minority ethnic group. Not only that, I will be creating my blog. I will be doing websites to train future leaders.
Praise the Lord!
Hallelujah. Because the course was specifically for women, and there's a lot of injustice going on in this country. I've been selected after this training to lead the Women Forum to handle injustice and how black minority ethnic groups are being treated in Great Britain. I thank you, Lord,
Thank you, Jesus.
For everything you have done in my life.
Thank you, Lord.
For where you are taking me.
Thank you, Lord.
Because soon I will be on the website.
Amen.
Empowering black leaders, black women leaders.
Amen.
And I thank you, Lord, for your protection over me, over my mother, because it's not easy to combine education and do other things. You have to focus for me to finish. But I always pray one thing, that Ọlọ́run bàbá mi ọ̀gá ńlá Michael ọ̀gá ńlá tí mo pè ní mi ní jábọ́ lẹ́yìn mi ní jábọ́ lẹ́yìn mi mọ́ mi. When you don't see me, it's not that my spirit is not here. It's what I am pursuing. Because when you pray in Shiloh, there must be action. It's not about praying alone. We must be confident to approach things. I approach big things in my life. And all those big things are manifesting in 2018 and 2019.
Amen.
I am still coming back with a very big thanksgiving.
Amen.
It's a preamble of my thanksgiving.
Amen.
I thank you, Lord. And I thank you, Lord of Messiah.
Thank you,
and I
Jesus.
Thank you, Mommy. I thank you so much.
God will accept your thanksgiving in Jesus' name.
Mo kọ́kọ́ kí yín ẹ káàbọ̀ ìyá ọkọ mi àtọ́kẹ́ ẹ káàbọ̀ ẹ kú gbogbo ìgbà nítorí dókítà nìyí dókítà bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ̀ ṣe dókítà alábẹ́rẹ́ dókítà oní gbogbo àrùn ìzáyàsàn òun ọlọ́run dá yín ọlọ́run àmàdẹ́mi sí fún
àmín Jésù.
àwọn tí yín náà wọn máa bá láàánú.
Àmín Jésù.
àmọ́ pàtàkì mo kí dádì náà gbogbo ẹ̀ ni mò ń wò. Mo ti wò wọ́n gbogbo bọ́n ṣe wọ́ òde gbogbo ẹ̀ ni mo ti wò. Olúwa Adẹ́mi wọn sí fún wa. Lẹ́sì àdáwà máa ṣe 60 báyìí gbogbo bíbá yìí la máa lẹ́kùn lágbára náà. Lórí gbogbo náà ti gbàwé tán. Mo ń dúpẹ́ lórí gbogbo àwọn tó fi ní ṣoyún. Wọ́n dẹ̀ wá bí ní ayọ̀ àti àlàáfíà.
Olúwa ṣe.
Nítorí pé kí ni ìyá àjọ tèmi lóòótọ́ mi ń ṣe kábíyèjò lórí mi ò gba nọ́sẹ̀nsì àmọ́ mo láìkọ̀ ọmọdé à ń lé sí ni mi tí ìbápá wọn jẹ ẹ̀bà rí láti dọ́dọ̀ tí ń dùn wọn gbogbo àwọn ìtọ́lẹ̀ tí wàá wáyé yìí náà wọ́n máa gbó fún mi wọ́n máa dàgbà.
Àmín Jésù.
Wọ́n ò ní jí ọmọ máa lé sí i.
Àmín Jésù.
Àtàwọn tó retí ìbejì.
Àmín.
Àtàwọn tó retí ọkùnrin.
Àmín.
Gbogbo wọn náà máa fojú.
Àmín.
Wọ́n máa fẹ̀yìn pọmọ.
Amen.
Orin tí kọ́kọ́ kọ orin ayọ̀ mi nítorí dáàdì ti sọ ọmọ mi ní ìyanu. Ìyanu yẹn pẹ́dà àrántí pé lórúkọ mi mọ̀ àti ayọ̀ mi olúwa ire mi ti dé. Orúkọ méjèèjì tá à ń pè nìyẹn. So ó dẹ̀ ń dá wa lóhùn. Torí pé ìwòyí last year mi mọ̀ yí pé mo máa dúrí ọmọ mo náà mọ́ àmọ́ ìbò ni wọ́n ẹnu kíkọ́ gbé wọn wá ti ju wá sí wọn kí n gbé wọn ṣẹ́jú kan ni àmọ́ ṣe wá rí eléyìí tó jẹ́ ọmọ last born mi tó jẹ́ the only daughter mi tọ́lọ̀ wá fi dùn mí nítorí kọ́lá ìyọ́lẹ̀ tó nígbà máa bí ìríṣẹ́ last year ní orí Shiloh Ọlọ́run wá dá mi láre ní ọdún yìí ó dẹ̀ wá tí wọ́n á ń jẹ́ kí gbogbo ìjọ kọ́lọ́run tún máa jẹ́ kó bọ́ ṣe múyàwó wá fún bẹ́ẹ̀ náà mọ́ rẹ̀ wá fún bẹ́ẹ̀ náà mọ́ ọba wá fún inú mi dùn o lórí Shiloh eléyìí o àkódà bá gbé ṣe sínú gbogbo ẹ̀dá bá ta kẹ́tẹ́ ẹ wá ta lọ́dọ̀ mi òjò rẹ̀ máa wọlé ni ẹ pẹ́ fún wa mọ́ mi ẹ pẹ́ fún wa bàbá àjọ ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ ṣe ọ̀ka máa ń jà tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ìṣẹ́jú náà ni adẹ̀tidọ̀rẹ́ gan ní láti fi 2 years à ń jà mọ́ ọkọ àtìyàwó wọn lè jà tẹ́lẹ̀ abájá ìjà wọn máa parí ẹ̀ náà ni ìbá ń jàrí o inú ò bá mi jàrí o mò ń ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ ni ẹ má rò torí iṣẹ́ tó fi rán ilẹ̀ máa jẹ́ o. Jésù Olúwa wa.
Àmín. Olúwa gbọ́ pé yín màmá jọ.
Glory be to the Father, to the Son, and to the Holy Ghost.
Hallelujah.
I use this medium to welcome Mommy back to the Lord. I thank God for your life. And I thank God for what God has done for me. After God has used Mommy to deliver me final deliverance in 2016, what God has done in my life is a kind of blessing. For 2 years, what God has done into my life. Firstly, God gave me wife.
Wife, 1.
Gave me daughter.
2.
Gave me staff of office.
3.
Gave me paper this year.
4.
And Pastor Emma, sorry, the woman that succumbed to me. God gave her paper.
Amen.
God gave her house.
7.
2-bedroom house now.
7.
And again. And again.
God gave her
another baby king. Succumbed to me. I thank God that God has been doing a blessing, replenish my life.
Amen.
The glory that devil doesn't want in my life. I thank God that God is bringing back to my life.
Amen.
And I thank God, I thank the God of Messiah. May God accept our thanksgiving in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen. Yes, within 3 years. Or within 2 years.
February.
Yeah, just as Ajagun said, his wife delivered a big bouncing baby boy about 2 weeks ago. His name is Shiloh, King Oluwajomiloju Enoch. Because like he said to you 2 years ago, God sent back the evil man that says he's after his life. That's a very big testimony. If you go on Facebook, you will see it. I don't want to dwell into that because of our time. But within that 3 years, within 2 years ago, he got his papers. A boy was delivered. A baby girl was delivered. The wife got her paper. He got a staff of office as a prophet. The government now gave them 2-bedroom house within 2 years. The Lord is good. But because of Shiloh, we are fasting and we could not do the christening. So our baby will be dedicated to the house of God, and the christening will be February 24th. Last Sunday in February. I've heard a lot of people telling Ajagun, don't worry, I will take over the drinks for the day. I'm going to give you 2 coolers of jollof rice. I'm going to give you 6 coolers of chicken. Thank you all for your support, because you know we pastors, it's God that provides for us. And you know Ajagun is a prophet. He answers errands to everyone. All of you that you have been blessing him, I saw a car seat there, very beautiful one. God will continue to surprise you. So we are expecting your support towards the naming February 24. The Lord will remember all of us. And for financial partners to Messiah Church, thank you all for your support. For the new people that joined last week Sunday, you've been awesome. I pray that the Lord will replenish each and every one process. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, yeah. Apostle Olubadu said he's the one in charge of whoever wants to contribute towards the christening of our new son to Ajagun's family. So if you know you want to bring anything for the christening, please see Apostle. That's him, Emma Bota. Maybe we have visitors in the house. That is him. Please make sure you see him. God bless you all.
Hallelujah.
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 The power in this house here is more than
heritage.
I want to just put, additional to what is happening in here. When I came into this church, we are in one, single unit here. But God does a great thing in my life, because I don't think it can be done. When I came in here, what makes me to leave work at 1995? I was not to leave then, but I have to choose one thing. I have to take care of myself or take care of work. I retired in 1995 from British Airways. I'm an engineer with aircraft. But what makes me leave was this. My neck was growing. I don't know how it came. It became about 22 size. My neck was big. If anybody could see, can anybody see this? This is me here. You can't believe it's me here now. But when I came into the church, Mommy and Daddy gave me courage that nothing is
more than God. If doctor said no, Jesus will never say no. They gave me courage to go and do this operation because I've spent a lot of money on this my neck. It wastes a lot of money. I can't even mention that. Where I've been, what I've tasted, what I've drank, Lord, it's a long story. But when I got here, that's the final spot. That's why I stick here. And I will never leave this place. The power here, when they say Shiloh, Tiwari, that is a single song. I always carry the way that, yes, hospital is an hospital. Church is church. If you know who I am before, you will never say it's me. Even some people that knew me before, when they saw me, they still shocked. That's why I keep myself like this. I was having a big thyroid, which is the biggest in London. But today, I thank God that mommy will keep me courage. The day is going to be about 5 days to go for the operation. Mommy did something. People were here for consultation. Mommy left those people there and then lie me down here and did what you want to do for me. Round the church about 7 times. Then I went for the operation. It wasn't that easy operation. If you see what's that picture there, that is me here, you know that the great job has been done.
Praise the Lord! Daddy, maybe you should face the crowd so that they know what you are talking about.
Yeah.
If you can compare this picture to who you are seeing now, much difference. And this was taken out of him at the age of 70-something years. Just 2 or 3 years ago. Yes. The doctor said he might not make it after the surgery. He became so frightened, and we prayed that the Lord said he would go to the theater with him, and this big growth will be taken out of him, and he will begin to live a balanced, perfect life. And now, the Lord has taken away the reproach of his life. And Daddy gets younger and younger every day. Praise the Lord, somebody. And they have it in the record of UK that the second most difficult surgery in the whole of Europe is recorded. The second most difficult surgery in the whole of Europe, conducted on a very old man, a man of over 70 years. So they never thought he could make it. Some people that actually advised him to keep on living with it until his death. But when we got here, because that time when he's speaking, you will not even hear what he's saying. He's living a very unbalanced life. Very difficult life. And I prayed and I said, Daddy, go. The Lord said he will go with you. And he will take this out of you. And you have your sound health back. Let's stand up and praise the Lord 3 times, please. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. 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 The Lord is good. All the time. Your miracle shall be permanent in Jesus' name. Amen. So please, finally.
I know one thing. Please, don't stick around here. If you get something here, if you are far, if your job took you away from here to somewhere, don't forget this place. This place is not an hospital. It's a healing point. It's a miracle spot. And a lot of things are happening here. Please take it as a place that you receive what you want and what you get. Don't deny God that he hasn't done it for you. God will bless all of you. As you come to believe that Jesus Christ is here, he will never leave you. He will never leave your home too. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Praise God. Praise the Lord. We the apostles have been asked to do Thanksgiving. Well, I'm going to shock mommy now because she did a vision that has come to pass. And I'll tell you, because of the fact that it's a very sensitive thing, politics might turn it round. So please don't record. Please. Hey, the first day here, you said we should pray. You said we should pray for politicians. That somebody will die before the election.
Heritage Television. Promoting African culture and heritage at its best. From talk shows that concern you to both local and international news that relates to you. From grassroots football to African children's programs. Heritage Television. We cover your social and special events like weddings, birthdays, church anniversaries and so on, and broadcast them live on our apps and online. Heritage Television, broadcasting everything about culture and heritage. Heritage Television. We've got it covered. Do download our apps on both Android, iOS, and Windows mobile platform. Heritage Television, your very own TV station. Heritage Television. Promoting African culture and heritage at its best. From talk shows that concern you to both local and international news that relates to you. From grassroots football to African children's programs. Heritage Television. We cover your social and special events like weddings, birthdays, church anniversaries and so on, and broadcast them live on our apps and online. Heritage Television, broadcasting everything about culture and heritage. Heritage Television. We've got it covered. Do download our apps on both Android, iOS, and Windows mobile platform. Heritage Television, your very own TV station.
Thank you, Jesus. Amen.